Hello everyone, and I want to talk about common eBay scams that actually happening right now, and you should watch out for them. Those specific scams are gonna go and try to get the money out of you. And to prevent that from happening, there's a few things you have to do to protect yourself. So one common scam on eBay is item not as described. So what actually the person actually does, he goes into your listings, he takes a look at every single listing, and he's going to find something that is a mistake in it. I had this happen a few times too, so I'm super careful right now to make sure the item is exactly as described. So what actually happens, how they do the scam, they find something that is not as described in your listing. There's a small mistake in it. And the listing itself, like it says 3 items and you are actually shipping 2, or the item itself is not the same item in the picture. There's obvious things that you did wrong and it's a mistake, and you definitely made a mistake. Now, an honest person who's going to bid on this item, he's going to ask the question, are you sure this is right? Or even if they buy it, they're like, oh, I wasn't sure, and they're not going to make a big deal out of this. A scammer, on the other hand, is going to find those specific mistakes, and they're going to try to make you give them a full refund, not even a partial, a full refund, because it was up to you. You made a mistake and you should give me this item all for free. So definitely make sure that the item is exactly as described, so those scammers are not going to take advantage of you. The next one is when somebody tries to ship an item to its destination super fast, a lot faster than it should get over there, or of course they want it super fast delivery to their destination. A lot of times this is something that scammers actually pull. They want the item to be delivered fast to them because they're either using a stolen credit card or they need the item right now for some illegitimate purpose. A lot of it is illegitimate. So when somebody buys a product and they want super fast shipping, sometimes I would actually use the slow shipping just in case, especially if they actually don't respond back to you. So you do have to ship the product to them, but if they don't respond to why they need this item fast, I would actually use slow shipping. So in case this product, that's one thing. At least I'm not going to lose money on shipping this product to them. I'm not going to overpay for that. Another reason for that is that you can actually go ahead and do is not to actually sell it to them at all. You would cancel that transaction. You would refuse to sell it to them because they're up to no good. Specifically, what you have to look for is the following red flags. If the person just created the online account, that actually means that this person is brand new. He's a newbie. And newbies a lot of times are actually the scammers out there. Another one, if he tries to get you to ship the item to not a confirmed address. So by shipping it to a confirmed address, you're covered by eBay protection. If you're shipping it to not a confirmed address, you're not covered by anything. So if he tells you, well, listen, I need to ship to this specific address, and specifically if he's a newbie, I would say no. A lot of times I would refuse to ship it if the address itself is not confirmed in their PayPal account. Now, if they do want you to ship to a different kind of address, you can actually do that, provided first of all they have a lot of feedbacks. Two is specifically if they're going to be changing it in their PayPal address and make it conform. So take a risk when you're shipping it to not a conform address. If you think you can trust them, if they have a lot of reviews, then it's all good. Another one is when they try to offer to sell a product. The product that you are selling right now, let's say you're selling it for 50, they would offer you 70, 75, $100 or whatever, much higher purchase price than the product that you're selling. Those people are super scammers. What they're trying to do is to get you to go ahead and give them your PayPal information or do the transaction off of eBay, which is actually against eBay rules. And by taking the transactions off of eBay, all they need is your email address, and then they'll send you fake PayPal invoice or even a real PayPal invoice. But a lot of times what they're trying to do is find a way to access your information, and when they get access to your information, they try to hijack your PayPal or eBay account. Talking about fake invoices, sometimes you get fake invoice in the mail coming from PayPal or eBay. And how do you know it's fake? Well, look at the actual invoice itself. And not in the invoice, but the email. And in the email address, you're going to be seeing some characters, and it's not going to be coming directly from eBay. In fact, that whole thing is made up. They create this fake thing, and if you're not sure, and of course you get one of those coming from eBay or from PayPal and you don't think it's legitimate, or of course you're not even sure if it is or it's not, what you have to do is just to log into your PayPal or eBay account and to double check or to call customer service. Now if you're going to be logging into PayPal or eBay, don't ever use the login information that they give you from those emails. Do not click on those emails, do not click on those links, and do not go directly where it's pointing you to go, because sometimes what they do is they mask the whole entire eBay or PayPal, and it's going to be looking legitimate as if it is the real interface right now. And when you enter the password into it, they're going to hijack the password and then the access into your actual PayPal or eBay account and take all your funds or start making crazy purchases over there. And of course, that's going to totally ruin your eBay or PayPal account forever. So don't actually do that. Another thing, another common scam that they actually pull is the following. And what happens, this is not really usual, but it used to happen with otherwise known as a global shipping program that actually eliminated most of those scams. But before the global shipping program, and of course if you are not inside the global shipping program on eBay, what actually used to happen is that somebody would place a purchase from some specific countries, and I really hate to name a few, but Italy was one of those big ones, and sometimes South America as well. But there was other places too that they used to pull those scams in, including Africa. I had one actually happen in India. So the countries I'm naming is places where I shipped something before and they pull those scams on me. So what happens is they would actually ask you to ship the product. Once you ship it to them, they claim it wasn't delivered, and of course you lose all your money. With the global shipping program on eBay, once you sign up for it, you don't have to worry about that at all. Once you ship it to its destination in the United States, they take insurance and they make sure the product gets delivered, and you don't have to worry nothing about if they try to scam you. That is eBay problem, because you sign up for the global shipping program. Of course, the people who are buying using this specific program have to pay super extra with the global shipping. So my business internationally fell down exponentially ever since I signed up for the global shipping program. But guess what? All those scammers also disappeared as well. So I would take it over getting scammed once in a while using or not using the global shipping program. Other common scams out there are going to be different kind of scams that you might encounter, including somebody who gives negative feedbacks and trying to actually buy something from you. So how it actually goes, they buy a product and then they threaten to give you a negative feedback. And of course, if somebody buys the product, always go ahead and check their history review. Sometimes you're going to see they leave a lot of negative reviews to sellers for really inappropriate reasons. The reason why they're trying to do it, they're trying to get like a full or a partial refund. And of course, if enough people report this guy to eBay, they're going to kick this guy right from eBay itself. So that's another scam that they actually pull. There's a lot of other scams that they pull, but those are the main ones, except there's one more I totally forgot about. This is a pretty bad one as well. So the way you watch out for this specific one is when somebody actually orders something from you and then he says, well, pack it carefully because I have seen this item actually break, or I ordered this before and it actually broke. Guess what? This person is either waiting for this product to actually break, or more than likely he already has the broken product on him. So when you ship this product, what he's going to do, he's going to claim the other broken product is actually your product, and there is no way for you to actually prove it. So sometimes you can tell they're actually doing it by them actually telling you that they had this product broken before. So what I did, I super pack it, and guess what? He's still telling me that the item broke in the mail. And I do suspect he was trying to game the system. This was not my item, it was his previous one, but how in the world can you prove it? Although he was nice enough to only take a partial refund, not a full refund. So he didn't want to scam the whole entire system because he already probably scammed it a few times. So this is, for example, one person who did it, but there is one more that works with that one. Very similar, just like it, and this one comes usually with electronics and other things that are pretty expensive. What they actually do here, somebody plays a PlayStation, it breaks, so what they do is they buy your PlayStation and then claim the one that they had got from you is actually broken. So they ship you the broken system and then they tell you it was your system. Well, I had this happen maybe once before. So the way that you protect yourself from shipping electronics and getting scammed by those people is write the serial number down. Take a picture of the serial number, and then when they tell you it's broken, you're like, okay, prove it to me. I mean, I always ask, if somebody says the item is broken, I want to see actual pictures. Sometimes the people are just going to back off because they don't have the pictures. I had people say, oh, this item got broken, but what is it? Show me the evidence. I want to see it broken. Mail it back to me. I mean, usually I don't like them to mail it back to me because I have to pay for the return shipping, but asking them to actually mail it back, a lot of times asking them for proof of pictures, and of course providing serial numbers, and always have a serial number on you of the product that you sell. If you can, just make sure to match it, and this way you're going to be avoiding most of the scams using some of those common sense things that you can actually do, and this way you will know for sure that nobody is trying to scam you. Now let's talk about scams themselves. It is not common at all to get scams. I sold thousands, I think, products online, and out of those only a handful, about 10 or so, you would get those scams. It happens once in a while and people think it happens a lot. It doesn't. It is very rare, and in fact eBay gets better and better at catching those scammers and preventing them from actually using the system in the first place.